since our last interview, someone who you personally knew, Alpo Martinez, was killed in Harlem. You had actually tried to set up you put us on the phone together.
Yeah.
We talked about doing an interview.
Yeah.
I offered him a certain amount of money for the interview. He goes, okay, let me get back to you on it. The amount wasn't good enough, apparently, because later on he made a video dissing me and saying that, it was too little or whatever, which is a little disappointing because I wish he would have just kind of came back to me and said, hey, I want more money, and we could have had a negotiation. But, Alpo is Alpo. And he was basically hanging out in Harlem. And on Halloween night of 2021, he was
22.
gunned down. I'm sorry?
22.
Well, no, Halloween of 2021. We're in 22 right now. Halloween 22 hasn't happened yet.
No shit. Did it happen last year?
Happened last year,
it's
yeah.
Like a fucking blur. You're right, before. Yeah. God damn.
Yeah.
That's where I've been.
Right. So he was killed in Harlem. Apparently, as he was driving off after he was shot, he was throwing bags of drugs out of the window to try to get rid of the evidence. That was in the reports.
No, I think that was in street reports.
Well, it was in the reports. And ultimately he died. When you heard the news, number one, leading up to that situation,
his window was up.
What do you mean?
In the car, his window was up.
Okay. So he shot through the window.
Yeah, he said he was throwing out drugs. Where were you throwing out drugs? Through the window?
Well, the window was probably smashed after the bullets.
No, it was not.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, regardless of what happened, he did die. Leading up to the situation, did you talk to him at all?
I talked to him the day before.
The day before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What were you trying to set up with him?
We were going to do there's two things I wanted him to do. See California and do a podcast, just talking shit. Just if people don't know what we do when we together, so just a podcast. So that's what really was. I was like, yeah, we got to come to California, do this podcast, show us, and I was busy doing something. I was like, and that's what we was talking about is when we gonna start the podcast, and that was it was just light, let's do the podcast. But yeah, we was it was something that happened. We was talking about that, how we can, maybe doing it in Atlanta instead of California. I was like, nah, you got to see California, bro. You got to go to California. Just, you gotta feel California, bro. So, yeah, that's really was it about California and the podcast, and it was some Mel Maxey, Mel Maxey. Really light, because you never think, you're not gonna see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not gonna make it to the next week.
Like, yeah, it's like the next day. I mean, I think I was performing somewhere that night, and then the next day, it's like, you ain't here? I'm like, here what? Like, get the fuck out of here. So, I don't know, man. It's, people knew a certain Alpo, and I knew this Alpo. People talk all that shit. I'm like, man, tell your story walking, bro. I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like when I told you we be out, nigga, we be out. I mean, it's like there's, with that shit, I don't know.